please leave a like and subscribe. Where's the like? You can like on the three buttons up there, or if it's mirror, it should be there. But there are three buttons up there, and you can like it. If you don't like this video, you can use it for other people's shorts as well, other people's life on portrait on YouTube. Okay, next I'm going to read my blog, and that's what I'm going to do. Relax, take a breath. The scarcity of the world is not of time, nor energy, nor money, but of mutual solutions. Solutions are unlimited, guys, unlimited. But we are so limited because we are not giving back enough to our sources of solutions. All right, so three people made collaterals, three same sizes, and bank gave for them an overdraft account. Each could take 90% of the one third freely. But if at a moment one would take, say, 130%, the next turn he or she could only take 50%. Each turn period was determined beforehand, maybe 6 months, maybe 8 months, or else. Now, you would want to use this theme for what? Next, not going to be a question. It's going to be about Christianity. Matthew 6:34, worries and the system of money. Jesus said, "Take therefore no thought of for the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself. The sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof." What is this? Don't worry about tomorrow. At first, I thought about this first. I thought, should we throw all of our businesses away? If it were personal riches, then it is debatable. But throwing away our businesses, wouldn't that be absurd? Because businesses are helping people. Well, still figuring out that now, but I realized that Jesus wasn't only talking about personal health. Let me change position because it's healthy. Well, still figuring it out, but I realized that Jesus wasn't only talking about personal wealth, but also about the wealth of the community of a country. Jesus was talking about how we are about to do with our money, about our money. So not my money, it's our money. We have to admit it, not that I'm in the context what I'm talking about. It could be about your money, but now let's talk about our money. We have to admit that we are now liable to a hyperinflation because we have the right to spend all of our money in the bank. Bank rush is something that is still legal. Well, maybe it's not legal in some places. Maybe it's not legal anymore, but you can take your money. It is not illegal to do. Maybe it's illegal to incite specifically bank rush, but it is legal for you to take your own money. And if something happened, people would want that would motivate people to do that. I mean, it's going to be a disaster. So, we are at the risk of that because we have the right to spend all of our money in the bank as well as other people. And if we were forced to do that all at the same time, and the economy would collapse. But we have the right to do so. Think about it. Bank rush means the collapse of the economy. Monster spending means hyperinflation, regardless of for what, maybe for the specific disaster's necessity. These two could be caused by just one problem. So the prescription is Jesus has prescribed, don't worry, one day for a day, use it all up. Our money should have expiration date. I'm sorry to say, I'm still figuring it out, but this God help us. So then I updated this. So I think reading it now, I think there's some truth to it because that would kind of help out to reduce the risk of the economy. But I'm not talking for us individually, but it is something that has already been practiced in governments. For example, the country's budget is to be spent. All of the country's budget is to be used up. And such using all up would incite or would invigorate the economy so that everyone would progress, would make progress in the economy. Um, but individually speaking, I don't think you should do that now because we are still figuring it out. Um, it is something, it is, it for some people maybe it is risky to invest in cash, so they would spend it on something that is an asset. So that is also a hedge against hyperinflation, right? So that could be an implication for this for each individual. Don't spend it, you know. Yeah, but still, asset means you are worrying for the future. And Jesus said, "Don't worry." I guess I am lower than Jesus because I don't really could figure it out um, how to not worry all the time. I'm still working on it as a Christian. Then the question is, people who have helped a lot of people would get a lot of money, and they would not spend it. Then one day, okay, I get this one. This is the next update. So you contributed to the economy and you saved up a lot of money, and after the economy reaches equilibrium, in this one I said 15 years, you come again with all of those money and spend it. So the consequences this would be, um, suddenly the business or the store or whatever ran out of supplies. For some store, it is something that he or she wanted, but it is also something, it is also means that the regular supply chain habit is kind of disrupted. And let's say, for example, you ordered extra from the suppliers, it's not going to immediately arrive. So if it's related to basic needs such as rice for Asian people, for example, if you hoard no if you bulk buying all of the rice, then the price of rice would increase. But maybe it is done by one person, right? So at this scale, people would not be able to buy rice nearby for a day. So they would have to buy rice from another place, probably in a place that is more expensive. So would you let at a small scale, this is probably tolerable, but at the large scale, especially in a special situation such as pandemic, for example, um, if this thing happened, is it fair? Is it fair that um, is it not fair in terms of justice like that? Is it fair in terms of the value of money? Does the amount you save, is it like the same as before? Can you consider it the same as before? It could be more than before, it could be less than before. That's what I'm talking about here. And when it's worth, when you suddenly be able to buy all of this, if the economy went down, you're gonna hurt the economy. But if the economy went up all this time while you are saving the money, they could probably kind of absorb that. It's just going to be a temporary impact. But if the economy kind of don't have enough buying power, don't have enough network, it could disrupt the thing to the extent that immediate needs are not fulfilled, and those immediate needs are urgent. And you know, so the I think now what I could add to this is that you, in an improving economy, your savings spending is good. But in a declining economy, if you have a lot of spending and a lot of savings, and you are spending suddenly, sudden spend in that declining economy, people are going to kind of, there's more ways for people uh, to not like you, not immediately held you guilty, but it's discomfort. So more ways than another. I'm not saying that it has a direct impact, but in more ways than another, you should expect some kind of dissatisfaction, you know, because especially from the people who are regulars, regular customer for something that is as important as gas, maybe that is there's going to be some disgruntled people. But if it is an improving economy, I think it's better. Then and then I updated again. You have people in the money market made a lot of money, not really because they help a lot of people. They just know the information of the ratios. They should distribute back those money to the shareholders, but they didn't. So these are pretty exclusive people. Um, okay, I was so loose in using communistic sentiment. I came off as communist back then. I should be more careful about that because I really, really hate communists now. Back then, I am still open to debate, but now it's not that I am close to debate. I'm still open to debate, but I really, really want to stay far away from communism as possible, guys, because because it's not meritocratic. I just pissed off, guys. The unmeritocratic policy has turned out to be disastrous, to be a problem, and we are dealing with money, and money is tied with policy. So who has the right? A lot of dissatisfaction, a lot of unnecessary push and pull, and and even if you manage to achieve, right, um, people are going to claim it, and it is just so bad. It's so bad. It's so stupid. I don't want to be near that thing. But so what am I going to say with this? You are so bad, Eki. Before, the way you say it is so bad. I disagree with the tone that it kind of give way to communism. That one I disagree. But let's see the concept here. Am I being very communistic? Now you have people in the money market made a lot of money. So here's the deal, right? I still agree in the sense that if you have a forward, right, and you hedge, right, and then because of the hedging, you get a lot of benefit, like options, like futures, right? And the benefit is huge, right? You're very smart for being able to do that. I think your hedging counterpart, especially if it's plain vanilla future or forward, oh my god, I cannot tell the difference again. If the difference is so big, guys, that means you get a lot of benefit, and he or your counterparts gets a lot of disadvantages. And that is just, I don't know if he's well hedged in other instruments. That I guess it is something that you should expect in the market right now, right? People are to be savvy like that. But let's say there's a emerging market, or people who are still naive. I don't think you should take advantage of them like that. And I know they are still naive, but the cost of tutorial usually is not that high, guys. I mean, it is, if they could afford it, it's great, but sometimes it is devastating, and I don't want that. I don't think it we could. I think there's a lot of ways of doing it better. For example, if you get a lot of advantage, right? Can you say that this counterpart actually has something to do with it, right? So you would want to give back something to that counterpart. In the electronic market, you it's hard to get to know people, but I guess this is a room of improvement. I think that if the hedging yields great while your counterpart suffered great loss as well. It probably is a nice thing. It is an opportunity, I think, to actually reach out. Don't you think so? To be able to reach out is an opportunity to make a nice network, isn't it? So I am not advocating for a regulation, which is I want to spit on it, dude. But um, I don't want what am I going to say? I don't want no regulation because voluntary regulation ruins the voluntary. Regulation ruins the virtue. Is it really necessary, right? Um, so I don't want to go elaborate more on that, but I think conceptually I'm still okay, but the tone I don't want to go near there. I shouldn't have written it like that. They should distribute back those money to the shareholder. Should that is bad. That is disgusting. No. Okay, no, all right. I want to delete this thing. When I say money, I meant buying power. Stranger danger, people, stranger danger. Because people from the is it talking about people from the outside? This is 2013. I couldn't remember reliably. Let's move on to the next update. This is still 2013. For the economy, for the oh, okay, nice. For the new economy, the solution could be give back to those. Okay, I'm talking about something else. For the new economy, the solution could be give back to those who have helped you, but those who have helped you need to give back to their sources of solutions as well. Some producers are not giving back to their teachers, universities, researchers every time their product has been useful for consumers. Some producers are not considering their innovative employees as sources of their solutions embedded in the value of every product they've sold. Some producers didn't even notice the value of educators of their employees embedded in every product they're sold. But now I think like that is the responsibility of the employees, right? There is this main cost and there's the supporting cost, right? I think yes, as a businessman, you better just for example royalties, you better just worry about the main cost, and it is a matter now. It is hard enough already to articulate the main what's appropriate to be considered main cost or not, but for you to be responsible for the secondary cost, I also think it is just up to you guys. I think it should not be regulated. It would be an improvement for you to be able to do that, and I commended you. That is ingenuity. That is superb. But for governments to be able to dictate that, that is communistic, and I don't support that anymore. I feel bad for. I just, guys, I don't actually feel bad, but logically speaking, I don't know. I think I'm supposed to feel bad now. This is just the show. Maybe after I shut off this picture, I would kind of regretted everything uh, emotionally. But now I am compartmentalizing. So continuing on, this could be the solution to the problem. Give back. One day has its own problem. Tomorrow face new problems. Time keeps on changing. Stay flexible. Stay innovative. Stay timely. Eventually, this should give enough reasons for people to even out within a day. I guess I'm being overly idealistic, right? I am looking towards. This is 2013, sorry guys. So I kind of starting to remember more about this. I was making an outlook for far away to the future, to the ideal world, right? Uh, that's why I'm so micromanaging. But I wish if I were to do this again, I remove the micromanagement. But I kind of okay with the concept. With the concept, I think um, let me explain it first. let me explain first. Give back one day has its own problem. Tomorrow we're gonna face new problems, but still, there's this concept called golden sticker that I thought of as well. So if you have spent all of your money, you could still rely on the transactions or the receipts that you've done before, and from there on, I think the AI or whoever it is that's in charge of creating money is going to be automatically is going to print money to you based on your transactions that you've made. That's what I'm thinking about. And in the future, I think the right decision would be, I thought the right decision would be to spend all of that money, because we're going to get, this is far away in the future, right? Through process and mistakes, we're going to end up in an economy where people just expire money every single day. So every single day, I remember it better now. I think every single day, people are going to expire the money and make new money in the future. So this is the argument that is, but this is not for our to care, for us to care about. Like practically speaking, I don't see how it's going to be realized. And if it were to be artificially realized, I hope not. Please don't do that. I mean, I think just go along with the market mechanism and pay attention to the stuff that is that we forgot. You know, there are stuff that we are still missing out, and we got to pick that up in order to make sense of everything. So eventually, this should give enough reasons for people to even out within a day. Let us release our brothers and sisters from their obligation. Let's give them freedom of their debts, as Jesus has set us free from evil. Um, debt, debt, the year of Jubilee, something like that. It should work like that, but guys, this is like, no, this is not to be practiced. This is me, right? At this time, I was kind of in and out of jobs, and I'm still not very successful, so I am bitter. But back then, I don't care. I absolutely have no perspective over what is in the how the economy works in front of me, how to get things done in standard people, the standard of working people. I don't even have that in my mind. So I'm being spiritual. I was being very, very, very spiritual. Some people might thought that I am now too spiritual. Back then, I was thinking for the outlook of the eternity very, very much. So I think I'm okay with that. It's fine, and I'm going to make mistake, but I hate it. I hated that I kind of embrace the ideology of non-meritocracy. That is not supposed to be done like that. I wish I could prioritize meritocracy more. Um, yeah, I want to talk about something else based on the social orientation and private orientation, and how do you go about it. And definitely communism is going to bring enmity among those two, and also inflation somewhat. But let's not talk about it right now, okay? Watch this interview and how Robert Schiller talk about investing in share over bond market. When we are dealing with money, we're dealing about dishonesty. I'm not implying that my concept is in line with Robert Schiller's. Dishonesty is, if you have money, it means you have helped people by that amount. Well, obviously, your ability to help came from other solutions as well. So there is an obvious dishonesty, and that is why you should redistribute your own money. I know that. Okay, I know that just say what I said, but I kind of agree in this one. Still, but the shoot part, just kick that off. Kick that off. The shoot part. I think it's a good idea. If I were to write that again, I should say I think it's profitable to do that. You because if you kind of redistribute, like you got a lot of extra income, right? And you give thanks to the contributors. You would know it yourself. Like I am not trying to take out your freedom and like decide for you who have contributed. That is greedy of gain. I think governments have municipalities. Government has of officers that contributed to the economy. I think they have the right openly, but beyond what is legal, guys, that is greedy of gain. So it is up to you, right? I think some people don't realize that in a way that they use too much piracy. They gotta audit themselves in terms of that. Probably they haven't done it. Probably they haven't done it the way they wanted to. So if they check on it, they might find something that they could improve. uh, if you already know what's going on and you want to focus on something else, it's definitely up to you. But I'm just saying there's a lot of opportunity here, guys, in giving thanks. There's a lot of opportunity in giving out to the, for example, the researchers, the why? Because socially speaking, you would want to enable the researchers to be rich, therefore releasing the public or to the market, like for example medicines earlier, and people become healthier earlier. They could worry about other things earlier. They could make new innovations earlier and make even better medicines again. Because the thing with the I'm segueing too much. Okay, back. So that's the logic in general. I think my time also has been wasted too much. I was planning on reading a lot of posts, but this one really upset me. This one upset me in a way that is this is communistic. I don't really like that post at all. Uh, but you know, I think my past mistakes is something that I should always, because the truth is the truth and you cannot change the past. And I accept that and I want to be able to celebrate that genuinely. So I gotta get used to it so that I can be, used to it and enjoy life better. Okay, thank you guys for watching. If you have a better comment, guys, please leave it in the comment section so I could actually free myself from this evil pattern. Okay. Goodbye, guys.